We begin with what we always begin with on Monday. We begin with, forget the grammar, it's reaction or no action. Week 9 edition. Grave digger. All right, number 1, the Seattle Seahawks have dropped 2 of their last 3 games, and Russell Wilson in Buffalo yesterday committing 4 turnovers in a 44-34 loss to the Bills. Tom Brady himself threw 3 interceptions against the New Orleans Saints on Sunday Night Football. Question, has the MVP race opened back up? And if so, where are you heading?
Oh, I'm reacting.
You're reacting to this?
Significantly. Did we see what Patrick Mahomes did in yet another victory? Although against the game, Matt Rule and Carolina Panthers, 33-31, Mahomes again over 3 Bills, 4 touchdowns. I believe his TD to interception ratio this year, 25-1.
That is correct. I just fact-checked.
That is pretty good. So Mahomes, to me, is actually the favorite right now. So if I were to throw some cashish down at this very moment, I think both Mahomes and Rodgers, better values, better buys than the favorite right now, Russell Wilson. My concern about Wilson this entire season has been, if he's not perfect, that defense isn't going to bail him out. The defense in Green Bay, more capable. The defense in Kansas City, certainly more capable if they play their B game or their C game of bailing out Mahomes and or Rodgers and still allowing the Packers or Chiefs to win games. But we see Rodgers and Mahomes still playing their A game. We've had a B- game maybe mixed in there too from Russell Wilson, so this bad boy is wide open again. I actually think you should be betting right now one of the other 2 behind him at better value.
Better pricing, I will say no action. I will stick with Russell Wilson, all to the points that my fine colleague just laid out for you. Seattle is what, 5-2 right now, 6-2, it doesn't matter. They have 2 losses. In those 2 losses, they scored 34 points and 34 points.
Yes.
That's good enough to get the job done 8 out of every 10 times. But not in Seattle because the defense is atrocious. Again, Russell Wilson or nothing. He's the only thing that team has. Aaron Rodgers right now is number 1 in QB rating. Patrick Mahomes has been fantastic. 25 TDs, 1 interception. I think after you get paid $500 million, people are less inclined to want to give you hardware or anything in life. I'm still riding with Russell Wilson, but it has certainly tightened up. Reaction, no action, number 2. Week number 9, grave digger.
Sunday, be there.
With Tampa and Seattle both losing this weekend, the race for the number 1 seed in the NFC is wide open. Last week we talked about how great the Bucs were. Now all of a sudden they get blown out on Sunday Night Football. Is Tampa Bay no longer the favorite in your eyes to get it done in the NFC?
I am going to have a reaction to that. I think the NFC now has about 5 or 6 teams that could conceivably be the number 1 seed. I don't think there are the great, like Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and KC, just in a tier of their own, but I think the Saints, the Bucs, the Cardinals, the Seahawks, the Rams, the Packers are all kind of in that first tier in the NFC. The NFC has got more depth to it, so to speak. So I can't handicap right now who the best of that bunch is. I know Tampa Bay appears to be maybe the most complete, although New Orleans showing you they got defense and offense now with Michael Thomas back. Maybe they're the most complete. We know Green Bay and Seattle have the best quarterbacks in that bunch, and the Rams kind of have, you know, an offense that can score when Jared Goff is all right, a defense that's led by Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. When they're playing, they're really, really good. I just can't, and Kyler Murray now, after what he did, even though in a loss, he was fantastic against the Miami Dolphins.
He's another guy in that category.
Wide open.
Kyler, Russ, they need help.
Wide open NFC. So my reaction is, yes, no longer is Tampa Bay the prohibitive favorite. If they were for you, it's now I have 5 or 6, and I don't have a favorite. Just any one of these teams, whichever one gets hot, baby, over the last half of the season, going to be the 1 seed.
Get hot. That's the Joe Tessitore hashtag. He came on here and he told us, get hot, and then he ended the segment. It was fantastic. No action. I'm still sticking with Tampa Bay here. This is when you buy the dip, as they say in the market.
Yes.
When the market goes down, that's when you buy. It's not when you sell. And right now, everyone's looking at Tampa Bay and thinking, these guys are trash. They just got rolled at home on Sunday Night Football by the Saints. Saints are a good team. Tampa Bay was coming off a short week here, all right? That'll happen to teams every now and again. You saw the Steelers falter in Dallas, did you not? That doesn't mean they're a poor team. This is professional football. It's not college football. Number 2, wait until Chris Godwin's fully healthy. Wait until Antonio Brown gets up to speed. And then we'll be a week or 2 down the line saying, oh my God, no one's going to beat this Tampa team. They're unstoppable. Easy. Every now and again, it's okay to stay with something for more than 1 week. Number 3, and we'll start this one by saying this is for you. Great call, my friend. As 6-point underdogs, Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins went into Arizona and not only hung with Kyler Murray and the Cardinals, who were coming off the bye, mind you.
Yeah.
They beat them,
right.
38-31. I was dead wrong on that pick. I loved Arizona. You liked Miami.
Yep.
You were bang on about that.
Right.
Will the Dolphins make a late push to steal the AFC East from the Bills?
I think they can, so I have a reaction to this. Again, after watching the Dolphins play my Rams the week prior, I came away wildly impressed. I hadn't seen much Dolphin football this year, but I came away wildly impressed with what Brian Flores has built down there, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And what do you know? They get a defensive touchdown to open things up against Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. Murray got his, don't get it twisted, but Tua Tagovailoa was the exact opposite of that game against the Rams, where in his first start he kind of looked lost, wasn't needed. He looked great, made some great plays down the stretch in the fourth quarter of that game to get his team in position to win. So you look at having someone like Tagovailoa, a dual threat. They didn't have their best running back in this game, Myles Gaskin, either, so if and when he comes back, that upgrades the offense. But they got pass catchers in Gesicki and Preston Williams and Devontae Parker, and their defense, I'm telling you, their defense needs to be mentioned as one of the best in the NFL, because even though they're subpar against the run, running the football doesn't matter in today's NFL. If you are great against the pass, you have a great defense no matter how bad you are against the run. And the Dolphins are dynamic against the pass because they can rush the passer, and Xavier Howard and Byron Jones may form the best cornerback duo in the entire NFL. Flores, of course, is the brain behind it all, who learned how to scheme under Bill Belichick in New England because of their defense. Still have some reservations, want to see some more about Tagovailoa, but because of their defense, I think they are a legit contender, not just in the AFC East, but in the AFC at large.
A few notes on this one. Number one, that game yesterday ended 34-31. I had that one wrong. Number two, and I bet it wrong too, so it's a par for the course in this situation. Number two, DeAndre Hopkins was like a non-factor yesterday.
That's Howard,
You're talking
that's
about
Jones.
those corners. They did a fantastic job against DeAndre Hopkins. Number three, Cliff Kingsbury. Put your guys in a position to win. Don't cost them the game. Kingsbury on 4th and 1, when Kyler Murray is running for his life on every down making plays, Kingsbury gives the ball to a running back who's averaging 2.7 yards per carry, and guess what happened? He didn't get the 4th.
He didn't make it, John.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mistake. Kingsbury also didn't convert on a 3rd down and then called timeout to stop the clock, inexplicably helping the Dolphins get points at the end of the first half. Wake up, Cliff. This is the NFL, not Texas Tech. You have expectations with that contract. Now,
I was
as it pertains to the
furious
Dolphins,
with Kingsbury. I wanted Miami to win as a Rams fan. Help me out, but I was furious with Cliff Kingsbury from just a tactical standpoint. Kyler Murray was averaging about 19 yards every time you put the ball in his hand, and you had to get 1 yard there, and he didn't trust his quarterback.
Yeah. So you're taking the ball out of the hands of the best player on your team in the biggest spot in the game. Who wouldn't do that?
No.
Rich Kotak, guys like that. I'll throw this in there. I don't see the Dolphins catching the Bills. They're already a couple games back, number one. Number two, the Bills already beat them heads up. I think it's too much to overcome, but this Dolphins team has been fantastic.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.